did you say? Oh, nothing. Nothing. Carry on, human friend. We need to see Captain Juan, is what the little one is trying to say. Make a persuasion check, Ruby. The guard says, well,
7.
you are in luck today. He's not terribly busy. I shall show you to his tent. And he leads you into the encampment itself. And it seems to be separated by groupings. In the middle of each grouping, there's a larger tent, which actually holds the navy blue, or the midnight blue, I guess it would be, banners of Kingdom of Eldentide. And there is a couple of guards stationed outside of this tent as well. And he leads you inside, where you see, as typical for a command tent, you see a large table with maps and several other papers and various what looks like generals and captains positioned around it. And as you enter, the guard that was escorting you approaches one of these individuals and addresses him as captain and says, these 7 travelers requested audience with you. And he nods and begrudgingly leaves the table where he appears to have been writing something, some letter, and approaches you and says, yes, I'm Captain Vaughn. And you see he wears the typical kind of uniform that you see outside the regular soldiers are wearing, but he is wearing the similar cape that you saw the Elden Knights wear. It's a bluish cape with a large golden crown, and he's also wearing a golden crown pin on his chest.
So everyone up to this point, like, these are all just humans, right? Like,
Yes.
We've just... Okay.
There is one dwarf in here, though. You notice a dwarf. He's just standing off to the side with, like, a pair of axes behind his back and just, like, with his arms crossed and just looking at you guys very closely with a blank expression on his face. Well, I don't have all day.
Somebody else. Y'all know I can't do the talking.
We would like to find lodging, I guess.
Well, it's not really safe in the city. As you can see, we're evacuating the populace.
You know what the causes of these disturbances are?
Well, they seem to be energy fields of unknown origin spawning at intermittently and with random location. And that's about all the information that we have. We really don't know what's causing them or
I look at Kaylin,
what they are.
and I just kind of whisper as well as I can. Should we tell them what we know?
Does it look like anyone heard what he said?
Oh, they heard. He says,
Should we tell them what we know?
son, if there is something useful you can share with us, now's the time.
Okay, first off, Captain Quan, I'm no one's son here, but I will say that it's a pleasure to meet you, and your elven friend here. Now, you were saying that there's some information that you need to know from us. Is that correct? Well, I'm going to try my negotiating here, and there might be some beds in it for us, or maybe entrance to King's Hold. Now, we do know what may be causing some of what's going on here.
Okay, long story short, I'm just really tired and would like to get this over with. If any magic happens that is evocation, conjuration, illusion, or transmutation, there is a chance, like a 25% chance that some kind of portal or whatever these things are opens. They eventually go away. Sometimes creatures come out and you fight the creatures and they die and they go away. Whatever. We've dealt with them all around the world. I'm tired. Can I please find a bed?
We do have experience with this. We can be useful, but we really need to get her to a bed. She gets cranky.
This is my pleasant face right now. Can you please get us a bed?
Well, like I said, you're not going to find good rest inside the city. And we can't really let you stay in the encampment.
So where do you suggest, Captain?
Well, look, the safest place is migrating with the rest. Anywhere other than here, but you seven look like you can handle yourselves. So if you absolutely want, if you absolutely desire to go into the city, I can write you up a permit.
Listen, we just had an encounter with Count Ambrosio, Rav, Zanera, some kind of witch lady with chicken legs. We're fine. Can you please let us in? Probably seen and handled more than you have at this point.
Please. She means in the nicest way, please.
Could we have that permit?
Yeah, let me
And
write up
maybe, can
before
I speak
your friend insults me in more ways, and I change my mind.
Would you mind if we spoke to whoever is in charge of the Purple Vanguard, or whoever your magical person in charge of this is? I think we might be able to explain a little bit better what's going on to them, and they might be able to help us figure out some of the pieces that we don't know yet.
Well, there's still roughly half the population of King's Hold remaining, and the Purple Vanguard are still maintaining their headquarters in their tower. You can try up with them, but they've been very busy trying to deal with this situation, so...
Would you be able to write us a letter that would vouch that we have information about the magical anomalies?
Look, I don't really know you guys, and I can't even write out such a letter, so even if I wanted to, I couldn't.
I mean, it's just, to get our foot in the door. It doesn't, I don't know. Based from my previous experience with the Purple Vanguard, they basically only trust each other, so no offense to you, but I'm sure it wouldn't go the furthest.
And no offense to you guys, while you look like 7 badasses over here, I doubt you know more about these disturbances than the Purple Vanguard.
And that might be the case, but we have been dealing with this in different parts of the world, so
I guess we'll never know.
Thanks for the permit.
This is above me, but here's the permit. He writes. He basically has a pile of these papers that look all similar, and he just signs at the bottom and stamps it, and he rolls it up in a scroll and hands it to you. Y'all have a nice day. Stay safe in there and don't cause any trouble.
Thank you.
Ferris just walks out.
What time of day is it?
He returns back to the table. It's going towards nighttime, so the sun is pretty much starting to set now.
Okay.
Question: would I have ever seen a dwarf before?
Oh lord.
You probably wouldn't remember one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think I'm getting this persuasion thing down, guys.
Yes,
Alright.
doing a marvelous job, and Zier like pats you on the back.
All right, Fearsome 5 and Zior and Trey here. Let's make our way to the town.
Hey, I made it in the Fearsome 5.
I just try to give Bloom a high five and then hobble on.
Hello, 5.
All right, so
There's
you
For
guys
me, I'm a high five.
you guys make your
There's
way
6 of us.
through the camp itself. And
Right.
sorry, what?
There's 6 of us.
7.
He's not
We're not-
counting Traitor.
Or Zior.
The Catman. The Catman.
Yeah, we can't be the fearsome 5.
He said the fearsome 5 and Zier and Dreer.
I think this might just be Biko questioning this because Kalen was about to as well.
Oh.
Okay, let's.
Never mind. I'm on the same page.
All right, so yeah, you guys approach the city itself, making your way through the encampment, and judging by number of tents you pass by, you figure that a very big portion of the kingdom's army is here. And as you approach the gates, every single one of them is either closed off. Well, actually, pretty much every one of them is closed off except for the main gate, where there is several guards, checking or stationed, and they stop you to look over your letter, seeing that it's signed by Captain Vaughn and stamped. They let you through, and as you enter the city, you notice definitely less people on the streets, but some citizens do remain on the streets walking about, and a similar thing where there's patrols intermittently with the Purple Vanguard individuals in them patrolling and closing off portals, which appear to be spawning pretty frequently throughout the city, especially as you approach the center of town. And you notice sometimes as you weed through the streets, a building missing, or a chunk of a building missing, or a crater, chunk of the ground missing. And as you approach the center, off in the distance, where you remember, I guess only Varys would remember this, where kind of like the more elite class, there's like a hill on top of which there's like the whole hilltop was like mowed down, and there's just like a parts of a wall of a building, big mansion remaining. So yeah, this city definitely took some kind of hit, but you're guessing based on your knowledge of these portals, as they tend to kind of envelop everything they touch. You think it's been these portals, hence why they're being closed down, or being attempted to be closed down by the Vanguard.
City just don't look the same.
What the heck happened here?
Well, suppose we should either find us a good bed or find the king.
Well, you said you knew where there was a place for us. Can we go there first?
So no, Varys' knowledge of the city, that would take us back to probably, since we're in the higher area, one of the nicer taverns. Just to find the.
Well, by the way, you sound very distant. Something's wrong with your mic. Yeah, so you pass a couple of the inns you stayed at before. The Rusty Bucket. I think there was I think the Amber Inn that you stayed at previously, and Most of them, or all of them that you stayed before, appear to be closed. But you do manage to find one towards kind of the middle of the city. Still open, and it's called the...
Is it the Crimson Flame?
Oh yeah, the Crimson Flame is what you stayed at before. No, this one is called the Red Glove.
What?
And as you see on the board, it appears to be this gloved hand, and instead of the fingers like you would see on a regular glove, it appears to be some kind of big like bulge, like circular bulge instead. It looks like a boxing glove, but you haven't seen anything like that in this world.
Thank God. I was wondering where we were going with the bulge.
Yeah, phrasing on that one.
Does it look normal from the outside?
Yeah, it looks like a normal inn. It looks like a larger building, and from inside you do hear like large cheering or like cheering noises coming.
Alright, so Dreyer goes in.
Wait, this.
So Dreyer just goes in.
Yeah, that's good.
I think Bloom kind of walks around a little bit, wants to check things out. She'll roll.
Biko walks in with the intention to go right to the bar and get a drink.
All right.
Is there a stable nearby?
You actually do see a stable off to the side, and it's fairly large. Whatever this place is, doesn't look like it's just an inn. Yeah, so it looks very large.
First rule. Okay, so as people are starting to walk in, Varys looks at those around him that are still not in yet, and he looks at them and says, "Y'all can stay in the inn tonight. I'll hang out with y'all, but at the end of the night, I'm going to come back out here so that way we can get Ted back with us."
Oh,
I would like to just walk straight up to a bar, take out like 5 gold pieces and just put it on the bar and say, "Can I just have a room, please?"
So as you walk into the inn, Dreyer and the rest of you, I forget exactly how many of you are entering. You see there's a very large open area split into a dining area, and then off to the side there appears to be like a raised podium of some sorts with like a net around it, inside which there are 3 individuals, 2 of which appear to be fighting, and there's a large crowd gathered around it, kind of cheering it on, and there's like a large amount of gold coins being thrown around as there appears to be betting going on the what appears to be a fighting match. And to get to the bar, or where the barkeep is, you have to kind of whittle yourself through this crowd, but you manage to make it over, and through the large shouting that's going on in this room, you manage to procure yourself a room. Doesn't sound like they're charging too much here. For each person, they take 2 gold per night.
I already handed 5.
All right. So that's I guess he takes that from you. And what are the rest of you doing?
I'm taking a room.
Okay. So you
Yep.
you give 2. So whoever
Bloom-
wants a room, you can subtract 2 gold. And Varys, are you outside?
And then whatever 3 more gold will get me.
Oh, 3 more gold? Yeah,
Yeah,
he like
on
gives
top of
you
the 2 for the
a
room.
big jug of ale. Bigger than your face.
I gulp some of it down, and then I put it down with a loud and a big foam beard.
Nice.
And to answer the DM's question, Varys is going to be with the group until the group goes to sleep, and then Varys will go outside to meditate.
So you're inside the tavern then.
Correct, at this time.
So make a perception check for me, Varys, really quick.
All right.
Is there an orc?
Yeah. Varys begins shooting through windows.
So for what it's worth, as soon as I get the key to the room, I'm going straight to it.
Okay.
I'm not hanging out downstairs.
So yeah, Don just goes upstairs. Varys, looking at the people fighting, you notice kind of after like a second look, you notice that one of them appears to be a female, and in particular somebody you've met. Alira appears to be fighting on the podium. And she looks very rugged, not like her typical self. Her hair is just like all kinds of rugged, and she's not wearing obviously her Elden Knight's uniform or anything like that. And she actually wears like more of like a skirt-looking thing on the bottom, and like almost like just like a what do you call it? Just like a strip to cover her upper body.
Okay. Move over, Don.
Don is gone.
With this information, Varys is... Who's around me at this point? Dreyer?
I think everybody
Nico?
except Don.
Yeah.
Everybody but Don?
Kaylin wouldn't be.
I would be standing at the bars, whoever you are.
Where are you at, Kaylin?
Yep.
Kaylin would have paid for her room and headed for the Purple Vanguard Tower.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
so
wait. Did you tell
Oh.
anyone you were doing that?
no.
I'd probably mention it on my way out. Try to catch you guys, whether or not you would hear that.
Oh. If she did mention it, I would go with her, but if she didn't, I'd be trying to get food.
Okay. So
I'll
then,
try.
Dreyer and Kaylin make their way off, and then Dawn makes her way up. So it's just Biko, Varys, and Bloom left.
Biko, Bloom, I know her.
Well, Biko probably
You?
knows her too, actually.
Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like
and then
Alira,
I
doesn't it?
nudge Bloom and I say, "That's our friend."
Zira
Well, she
is there
doesn't really
too.
remember us, but she was our friend in a different timeline.
Zira says she's got a very fighting spirit, as you see Alira
Mhm.
like punch the opponent to the face. It appears to be like this big ass buff guy, and you see like you've been watching her for a couple of moments. She seems to be like stumbling around, and you very quickly notice that she's like half drunk, but she's still like dancing around this big ass guy and like punching, giving blows to the side of his torso and also to the face.
So I look over at Zior, and I'm just like, so you're looking at her fighting spirit, huh?
I also nudged Bloom again, and I'm like, "We killed her dad in Greycrest, but I don't think she knows that."
Varys kind of chuckles.
Let's not tell her.
Yeah, this isn't the time. I look at the bartender and I order another one, and I also order one for Bloom and Varys and Zior.
As you turn around to order a drink, you hear a big "oh" from the crowd as the big guy finally lands a hit straight across Alira's face, like dropping her to the ground. But she pulls herself back up and like crackles her neck and like goes back into it.
Bloom says, "Is your friend okay?"
I don't know. I
Doing
think we
her
should
thing.
figure out what's going on here. Is this some type of fighting for money deal, or are they just
Yeah,
fighting?
can we bet on this? To the bartender.
Well, you're not supposed to, but I'm not stopping. I ain't gonna stop these folks from doing it.
Is this just a bar fight, or what's going on?
Oh no, this is sanctioned fighting. And he kind of leans in closer and whispers, "There's also some underground fighting, if you're interested in that. But keep it on a DL."
Really
What do we
deal.
do if we want to fight?
You want to fight, little guy?
Biko the side look.
Yeah.
Well, you can definitely fight. Just know it's all good old-fashioned physical fighting.
Yeah.
I'll-
Non-lethal.
Non-lethal,
should
no
do that,
magical
Biko.
shenanigans.
Okay. I wish I had a higher strength score, but okay. Do we win anything if we win? Like, do we get any money if we win?
Was that a ball thrown?
Do we get free drinks for the night if we win?
Well,
No, I don't think it's a good idea.
well, you see that lady fighting up there, the red hair?
Alira?
Yeah,
I mean,
you know
yeah.
Alira?
Yeah.
You take her down, you win a 100 gold bounty. And you get
Bounty?
10 gold for just fighting her, but 100 if you beat her, if you knock her out. 200 if you knock her out in the first round.
Bloom looks at Biko and just shakes her head.
If you say it's all in good fun, right?
No.
I look over at Bears, and I get this shit-eating grin, and I'm like, I want to do it.
Varys looks over at Biko. Tonight's not the night, my friend.
Tonight is the night. For all the reasons you say it's not the night, it is the night.
Varys
Bloom-
looks down at his drink.
I
which
look at the
he's
bartender.
assuming is
I'm
hell.
in.
Bloom looks at Biko and says, "We haven't beaten her enough."
As you say,
I've never fought her.
that, you hear the crowd go crazy again as the big buff guy lands a series of big blows to Alira's abdomen, and she drops to the ground and spurts out a big blob of blood straight onto the
She's mine.
floor. But wipes it off with her forearm and pulls herself back up and goes into it.
Mhm.
Yeah. I want to do it.
Biko!
I'm good.
All right. Well, and I
Wait,
look at the
wait.
bartender. Do you guys have any wine? Can I trade this in for wine?
Yeah.
Good,
of
I'm
course.
ready.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna trade this in for wine. And look, Bloom, if there's one thing I know about Biko, there ain't no stopping him at this point. Let's just sit back and watch the show.
Well, unfortunately, we're all booked with challengers tonight, but you can try tomorrow.
Oh, that just sucks. Darn.
What,
Oh,
if,
no.
what if I beat a challenger before the fight? Then can I take his spot?
I suppose if a spot frees
All
up.
right. Who of these people are fighting?
Well, there's Cesar over there.
Does he point?
Yeah, he points to.
I go up to the guy and I turn him around and I punch him.
Wow.
All right. Roll an attack, I guess.
Varys, as
help
he
it.
punches him, Varys is going to use invisibility.
All right. What'd you roll? 12.
Yeah. Wait, do I get
Um,
advantage because he's like surprised or something?
Sure.
All right, so 22.
Freaking barfog.
Do I get an extra attack? I guess if I'm turning him around, that would probably be part of it.
Yeah, I think you would turn him around and then, like, part of your turn is just getting to him because he's like across the crowd. He's not like right there.
Yeah, and I gotta like push my
Yeah.
way through.
So you get one attack and
Alright.
you punch him. He's pretty tall, so you just punch him like in the abdomen area, and he was just like resting against the wall, and as you do so, he just kind of reels in surprise and then just turns around and goes for you, trying to hit you. What's your armor class? 18, I think, right?
15. But
15?
yeah, we can go with 18.
He hits you.
18 can be canon now.
Oh my goodness.